Many people mistakenly believe that loving kindness is synonymous with passivity or simply appeasing others. In reality, loving kindness is not about ignoring threats or letting harmful actions slide. Instead, it's about freeing the heart from bitterness and venom, which actually allows us to respond more powerfully and skillfully to adversity. When we approach challenges with a heart rooted in love, we're not limited in our actions. Rather, we're able to act with greater clarity and effectiveness. This sets the stage for understanding how love can be both fierce and compassionate, especially when facing real threats or difficult situations. It's important to clarify that love does not restrict our ability to act. Instead, it liberates us from the poison of hatred and resentment. When our hearts are not clouded by anger, we can see situations more clearly and respond with strength and wisdom. This freedom from venom means our actions are not driven by blind rage but by a grounded sense of purpose. Loving kindness, therefore, becomes a source of fierce and effective action, empowering us to face adversity with both courage and compassion. Key distinction is made between wise fear and chronic fear. Wise fear is a healthy alertness that helps us recognize and respond to real dangers, while chronic fear keeps us trapped in anxiety and overreaction. Loving kindness supports wise fear by keeping our minds clear and our responses measured. Instead of being paralyzed or overwhelmed, we can act decisively and thoughtfully. This approach helps us navigate adversity without losing our sense of balance or compassion. Loving kindness is not about being soft or weak. In fact, it enables us to take fierce, effective action when needed. When our actions are rooted in clarity and compassion, we can stand up to injustice or danger without being consumed by anger. This kind of action is more sustainable and impactful because it comes from a place of inner strength. By practicing loving kindness, we learn to engage with adversity in a way that is both powerful and wise. Love is often misunderstood as just an emotion or a sentimental feeling. However, true love is a deep recognition of our interconnectedness with others. It's about seeing our shared humanity and understanding that we are all part of a larger whole. This perspective encourages us to act with compassionate interest rather than division. Love in this sense is not just about feeling good, it's about courageous, heartfelt engagement with the world around us. When we approach others with compassionate interest, we move beyond the barriers of division and separation. This doesn't mean we always agree or approve of others' actions, but it does mean we recognize their humanity. Compassionate interest allows us to engage fiercely yet kindly, even in difficult situations. It's a powerful way to foster connection and understanding, especially when faced with adversity or disagreement. Love is not passive, it calls us to courageous engagement with the world, especially when things get tough. By recognizing our shared humanity, we find the strength to act with both fierceness and kindness. This balance is essential for addressing challenges without losing our sense of compassion. Love, therefore, becomes a force that drives us to stand up for what's right while maintaining respect for others. Practicing loving kindness toward difficult people can be challenging, especially when we strongly disagree with their actions or beliefs. The key is to wish for their happiness and well-being, not to endorse their behavior. This approach helps us maintain our own boundaries while still acting from a place of compassion. It's possible to hold space for disagreement and protect our well-being without falling into hatred or resentment. Listening to those we disagree with is a complex but important practice. It requires us to stay open and interested even when we feel challenged. Mindful listening doesn't mean we have to accept or agree with everything we hear. Instead, it's about being present and respectful while also being clear about our own values and limits. This kind of engagement helps us grow and protects our own well-being. Protecting our well-being is a crucial part of practicing loving kindness. Setting healthy boundaries allows us to engage with others compassionately without sacrificing our own needs. This balance helps us avoid burnout and resentment, making our kindness more sustainable. Loving kindness is not about self-sacrifice, it's about caring for ourselves and others in a balanced way. Tibetan Buddhism, enemies are categorized into 4 types: outer, inner, secret, and super secret. Each type represents a different challenge we may face. Outer enemies are external threats, while inner enemies are our own emotional poisons. Secret enemies involve the illusion of a separate self, and super secret enemies are rooted in self-loathing. Understanding these distinctions is foundational for applying loving kindness in a thoughtful and effective way. Outer enemies are the people or situations that pose real threats to our safety or well-being. Engaging with these challenges requires both courage and discernment. Loving kindness doesn't mean ignoring danger, it means responding with clarity and strength. By recognizing the difference between motivation and action, we can adapt our responses to fit the context, ensuring our actions are both wise and compassionate. Critical wisdom is the practice of engaging fiercely but compassionately with outer enemies. It's about discerning the true nature of a threat and responding in a way that is both effective and humane. This practice helps us avoid reacting out of blind rage or fear, and instead, act from a place of strength and understanding. Critical wisdom is essential for navigating complex situations with both courage and kindness. It's important to differentiate between our motivations and our actions. While our motivation may be rooted in loving kindness, our actions must be adapted to the situation at hand. Sometimes, fierce action is necessary to protect ourselves or others. By staying connected to our core values, we ensure that our actions remain aligned with compassion, even in the face of adversity. Every situation is unique, and wise action requires us to adapt our responses accordingly. Contextual wisdom means being flexible and discerning rather than rigid or reactive. By practicing loving kindness and critical wisdom together, we can face adversity with both strength and compassion. This approach not only protects us but also fosters deeper connection and understanding in the world around us.